In late 2015, local nonprofits reported that serving community needs, such as job stability or food security, was even more challenging than usual. The reason was that many of our teachers, firefighters, retail and hospitality staff, and nonprofit employees were facing a more immediate crisis, a lack of stable housing. To gain a better understanding of the issue, the Community Collaborative, a program of the Tahoe Truckee Community Foundation, organized a formal discussion with nonprofits and government entities. It became clear that while housing challenges ran deep and stories were many, we needed reliable details and data. We knew that there was a national housing crisis, but we were unsure how its nuances might ultimately play out here. We wanted to know exactly how housing insecurity impacted our community. One of the challenges to assessing our regional needs was one many rural communities face. For a region of less than 35,000 full-time residents, we have 3 jurisdictions and more than a dozen special districts, all independent. So in 2016, with support from Nevada County, Placer County, and the town of Truckee, the Tahoe Truckee Community Foundation organized the first ever workforce housing needs assessment, one that recognized North Lake Tahoe and Truckee as one cohesive ecosystem. For the first time, we gained a regional understanding of our broad workforce housing needs, from the unhoused to seasonal workers and middle and high-income earners. We learned that housing solutions that worked elsewhere couldn't work here for a multitude of reasons, so we expanded our scope to address a broader spectrum of needs. We began focusing on affordable solutions for our low-income earners and incorporating achievable housing solutions for our middle-class and professional workforce. We weren't surprised that while housing availability was becoming a nationwide concern, Tahoe Truckee's specific challenges were unique. This is because of our mountainous geography, tourism-driven economy, and complex jurisdictional makeup. While some regions in the state face a lack of housing, our region has more housing than people. Around 65% of our housing inventory sits vacant for more than half the year as second homes, vacation rentals, and investment properties. With these insights, the Tahoe Truckee Community Foundation felt a responsibility to invite action through partnership. In 2017, the Mountain Housing Council was established to bring unlike-minded people together, representing diverse institutions throughout the region, including private businesses, nonprofit organizations, government, and public agencies. Our community leaders came to the table representing diverse agendas and positions. We acknowledged that we wouldn't agree on everything, but we committed to holding space for the conversation and accountability for our community members. Partners committed to create solutions together by providing financial resources and prioritizing housing in our work plans and boardrooms. Through engaged leadership, aligned strategy, and leveraged resources, the Mountain Housing Council has increased community capacity in 4 key areas: regional strategies, innovative solutions, state and federal advocacy, and regional funding. We have engaged multimedia storytelling to capture real-life experiences and inspire innovation. We collaborate closely with public partners, and we gather data to identify the system gaps and new opportunities. From one-of-a-kind pilots to groundbreaking social enterprises, the Council has facilitated innovative solutions in new programs, diverse housing types, and meaningful policies. We developed a policy platform that enabled partners to advocate on behalf of our region at the state and federal levels, aiming to propose an expanded definition of affordability to include the missing middle income levels. Collectively, our region has secured new and ongoing funding sources and unlocked existing community resources for housing. To track our collective impact goals, TTCF designed the Mountain Housing Council Impact Placemat to highlight the collaboration that occurred over the course of 24 quarterly meetings. It also measured progress in 5 key areas based on the goals that were set by the 29 partners themselves. From 2018 to 2023, the Mountain Housing Council implemented an innovative regional policy agenda to increase incentives and decrease barriers to accelerate a range of diverse housing types for a broad range of income levels. 15 new programs were launched during this time. These new programs, like accessory dwelling unit and home buyer assistance programs, aim to increase the inventory of homes our local workers can afford to rent and buy. The Mountain Housing Council worked to attract investments in housing programs, housing staff, and support for housing projects to the tune of $80,781,228 over 6 years. There were also significant gains in converting short-term rentals to long-term housing rentals through lease to locals and housing seasonal employees through master leases, securing 347 total housing units during this period. And by 2023, the community had built a total of 430 new achievable housing units for our workforce. What's next for the Mountain Housing Council? The Mountain Housing Council provided a framework for diverse leaders to learn together, ideate, and catalyze achievable local housing solutions. We are grateful for the time and leadership that each partnering entity brought to the table. Through the Council, each of us has found our own area of focus to apply our expertise and create the most impact, including building staffing capacity, establishing new housing programs, increasing incentives, forming coalitions, coordinating funding, and more. In 2024, the MHC began a natural transition from a formal partnership to a more fluid network of organizing structures. While the formal structure of the MHC has changed, the work and collaboration it facilitated are continuing in a different form, with some partners taking over roles that the MHC previously provided. The MHC remains a Tahoe Truckee Community Foundation legacy. The foundation continues to empower MHC partners and support local housing work through civic engagement and education initiatives, regular housing needs assessments, facilitation and convening, and leveraging financial resources to support regional housing goals. If you believe that all people who live and work in Tahoe Truckee should have access to diverse, quality, and achievable housing, then stay or get involved in local housing conversations. Support housing in your neighborhood, engage in town and county meetings, and consider adding an ADU to your property or long-term renting your part-time residence to local workers. Together, we can continue to build a brighter future for housing in our region.